Ladies and gentlemen, how's it going? When this video comes out, you have already known who the surprise debut is, but we here in the past, we don't know. So we're here to do a tier list talking about every AEW debut so far. I'm joined, of course, by the final boss. Knock, how you doing?
Oh, man, it feels good to hear Eric address me by the final boss. He just made my day. But shout out to the panel, man. I'm glad to be here for this tier list. West Coast Pop, let's go.
Zach, how about you?
I'm good. All three of us are Tony Khan's biggest signing of all time until tomorrow night.
So basically, if you haven't seen one of our tier lists before, you haven't really lived. But basically, we're going to assign every single person in this list to a certain level. The highest level, the grandest debut of them all. The lowest level, debut debacle. And at the end of it, there can only be one grandest debut of them all. So we have to pick who had the greatest debut in AEW so far. If you see someone, if you can think of someone who's not there, let us know in the comments. I purposely left out people like Minoru Suzuki or Jeff Cobb, who did not really sign with AEW. They were just there for an appearance.
Yes.
Before we get started, let's go ahead and lock in these predictions right now. Who's showing up when this video comes out? I guess it'll be today. But who's showing up on this next episode of Dynamite to fight Isaiah Cassidy?
Bask in his glory. Bask in his glory. Oh my gosh, I can't wait. Hopefully Josiah Williams in his theme song or something if he debuts and just kills it.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
What do you think, Zach?
I don't know. That'd be the worst honeymoon ever. But you know what? I'm gonna say it's going to be Triple H. Triple H is it. It is the debut. It's going to be quietly done behind the scenes. And that's we have terrorizing is AEW.
That's funny. Real quick on the Keith Lee thing, there's someone on Twitter doing like a deep dive thinking like their pictures are from weeks before and like there's all a fake to make his debut even more improbable. I don't know how true this is, but they got some, I guess some footage, some actual evidence.
If that's true, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
It's the image of that. I'm gonna say Tony Khan's going to come out and say, I've got the biggest free agent there is. His name is Shane. And everyone's going to be expecting Shane Strickland, a.k.a. Swerve the Realist. I think he's going by now.
Yeah.
But instead, we're going to hear, here comes the money, and Shane is going to take over AEW. Rabbit punches for days.
Oh, no. The best in the world versus the best in the world?
I take it. We get to see a real coast-to-coast in AEW.
Yeah. I'll save it for Stephen Amell.
Oh man. All right, let's get started. We're gonna jump straight into it. We're gonna pick I don't feel like going for in order right now, so we're gonna say Dustin Rhodes. Zach, I'll toss it to you first.
Ooh.
Dustin Rhodes' debut against Cody Rhodes. This was back when BTE was their storytelling.
Yeah.
You have to follow. I can see your reaction. You have to follow it, and you'll see all the promos Cody and Dustin did, all the video packages. But it led to Double or Nothing, that beautiful match. What do you think?
Yeah,
I did not see any of that Being the Elite stuff because I don't watch that. But the match itself was my Dustin debut in All Elite Wrestling. That is the grandest debut of them all. Such emotion in that match and everything. Like a lot of these people we're going to look at and we're going to judge the rest of their career, especially Matt Hardy, whose stock has dropped tremendously since joining All Elite Wrestling. But if we're talking debuts with emotion, with storytelling, with the history, that is where I put Dustin Rhodes.
Okay. How about you, Mark?
I might have a counter for the Matt Hardy thing, but I did watch the BTE stuff. They had to put this together. And I believe like a month, maybe a little over a month time to build towards this match. And it was special, bro. The promo he gave, the entrance, the match, the change of his look. Up until I think Omega Danielson, this was the best match they ever had. And like, yeah, you can say a little shaky stuff about his run so far, but he's doing a ton of stuff backstage. I'm sure he's a great help. He's running his school. He's training a whole bunch of people, showing people, the business, giving all that experience. And he literally had the best match in the company for how many years now. So Dustin killed it, bro. It was a special night to be there. Me and Eric were there.
I dig it. Which level would you put them at?
Oh yeah, grandest. I mean, we were there, bro. That we felt the building. Like it was insane.
True that. I agree. Yeah, grandest debut of them all. That was special. Especially, I really like the BTE storytelling they did.
They did a great job.
Yeah, because it wasn't like the Bucks and how Kenny do it. It was actually like vignettes and
there's production to it.
Yeah. So we agreed. That's unanimous. Dustin is there for right now. We'll see if he stays there. Next up, let's go with our WWE former guy.
Hey, WCW.
Yeah, I can't remember what episode it is. You said WWE, and I counted it with that. But it's gonna be Paul White, aka, or I guess FKA, the Big Show.
Yes. No more BS.
No more BS. Oh, I just read Big Show. I can't believe to get that.
Oh man, it's been only a year.
Damn, man.
Where are you putting?
Just turned 50 today.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh wow, just tweet him out. Where are you putting him now?
Oh man. See, so I like Big Show. I mean, he's a massive dude. They haven't really given him much storylines. He was cool on commentary. I actually really enjoy his commentary. He has commentary on AEW Dark with he does a great back and forth with Eddie Kingston and Excalibur. So it's been all right, but he hasn't really wrestled too much. We haven't seen him too much. I'm sure backstage he's doing some great stuff. And then his debut was to announce another debut.
That's
so right. I can't call it a great debut. So I think right where we have him is where I'll put him. By the books.
How about you, Zach?
Knock is a generous man. Put it all the way to the bottom. His debut was to announce another debut. Done.
Who was the other person that he announced?
It was Christian.
Oh, okay. That's a tough one. Yeah, I didn't care for it. I wasn't excited for it. I'm gonna split the difference and put him in. It didn't get the views.
Oh man.
I might change my mind and put him lower later, but we'll see.
Oh man, if we get that Shaq match, I don't know. Those views might skyrocket.
Oh. If AEW can make that happen, I want to see it. Especially after Shaq and Cody. Shaq surely can go.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, we've got Santana and Ortiz. Do you guys remember how they debuted?
Yeah, they debuted the first episode of Dynamite. I forget against who, because they attacked somebody and then they joined the Inner Circle later on that night.
I need to check the date on that, because they attacked the Young Bucks and the Lucha Bros, and they were wearing masks and everything. But I'm not sure if it was the first night. I think it was a pay-per-view.
I think it was. I think it was the first. I mean, I could be wrong.
I don't know. I could be. Maybe. I don't know. You're probably right. Because it makes sense that they joined the Inner Circle right away. I don't think there's ever a time there was a gap.
Yeah.
But yeah, they attacked the top two tag teams and joined the Inner Circle. They didn't really do it. I mean, the Inner Circle was high at this point because Jericho was champion, but did they do anything special? I don't remember.
Listen, man, I'm a big fan of TNA Impact Wrestling, so I know who these guys were. House of Glory, come from Amazing Red and all them back in New York. So it was a great debut for me to watch because I knew who they were. But if we're going to be honest on the grand scheme of things, I think it was just the books. Straight up, it was solid, nothing crazy, nothing special, just, debuted them and got them out there. Since then, they've risen to a tremendous level.
Right. I'll agree with that. I think it was by the books. They attacked someone, and from my memory, I think there was a gap. I don't think they joined right away. But
yeah, okay.
I could be wrong, but I'm going off what I remember. If that's true, then it was just by the books for me.
Hit us in the comments.
Yeah, let us know. How about you, Zach?
By the books. From what I remember, this it was. I knew who they were too, Knock. So I was happy to see them there, but I was just. I don't know. You knew someone was going to come and attack, but I was glad to see him. But by the books.
Nice. Next up, let's go ahead and hit up the best man. This is not God's champion. This is the best man. Oh man, Doc, I think you liked him more than Zach and I, so I'll let you go first.
I like that theme song. I'm the best. I'm the best man. Game over. Listen, I was all for Miro. I was watching even some of his Twitch streams. I hate to say it because I don't really exactly remember his debut. But I remember liking it, and then it kind of fell apart a bit.
So so Penelope and Kip announced they're getting married, and like, we have a best man, not just a best man, the best man. And next week Miro comes out and he's like, I'm not a best man, I'm the best man, I'm gonna throw you the best wedding. And he does all these skits where he's like throwing him bachelor parties. And
as much as I'm a huge fan of Miro, I can't wait to see him on my. What happened to those promos he's been doing? They kind of just stopped doing that. What's going on here, first of all? Right. But as far as the debut, I'll be lying. It's by the books. You know, the best man wasn't really there, but I enjoyed it.
How about you, Zach?
Thought it was awful, but like,
oh man.
As we saw with the arcade match and everything else, talent should only be allowed a certain amount of creativity. But it's between by the books and didn't get the views. I feel like it did get the views that week. But for me, it's somewhere between there. Eric, you can split the difference in there.
The only reason I'm going to say it's by the books is because it was Miro. I don't think anyone else with that debut would have gotten views.
Yeah.
I love Miro after he stopped being himself and he was a character. But that debut was...
he was rocking the blonde hair, the Gucci swag. I mean, come on.
The Disney Gucci. It was awful.
Oh man. Took what did Lana's her wardrobe outfit in her closet, picked some stuff out.
Lana, I need a shirt to wear.
All right, next up, Zach, I think you're gonna like this one. Where's Ruby Soho's destination? Where's she going?
You know what? You just put her right there. Elite level debut. They needed a woman to make a splash in their division. Ruby Soho was that. A lot of us knew she was coming, so I can't put it much higher than this. Mm-hmm. And the debut itself was, I don't want to say by the books, but it was it was what it was as part of that big match. So I had a blast with it. I loved it, and I think the internet did as well. So I'll put it there.
Yeah.
Nice. You agree, Knock?
Yeah, I'll go elite level debut, and I'll even put it more of a credit to her. I mean, we did know she was coming to AEW, but she put in a lot of work with those vignettes leading up to it, so it built anticipation even more. We knew she was great. She debuted at AEW at the right time when, like Zach said, it needed someone big like that. I just want to highlight like her match with Britt, and then that promo she gave on Rampage with Britt Baker was fucking great. It was hilarious, man. I know Jericho's been trying to copy it ever since. A few people have been trying to copy that controversial pop, but Ruby did it best.
For sure. Yeah, and the crowd was into it. The crowd loved it.
The crowd was loving it. That is probably the best one I think I've ever seen her give, to be honest.
And what a damn song to come out to.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, let's go ahead and look at the man. Has he been announced as a Ring of Honor Hall of Famer yet, Jay Lethal?
Not yet, surprisingly, but I mean, he's the franchise.
He should be. I don't know. The Briscoes and Bryan Danielson just got their announcement, but
I'm sure CM Punk will be next.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So Jay Lethal, where's he going, Knock?
The greatest debut of them all. We're looking at, he's the Ring of Honor franchise, whatever. But we're looking at TNA's Black Machismo, TNA's X Division champion, TNA's tag team champion with New Day's Xavier Woods. He carried him. He brought him into the dance, showed him the ropes back when he was Consequences Creed. He even took a football player and made him tag team champion.
And then he spent 5 minutes of Ring of Honor.
Actually, that was a lie. That was R-Truth. But Jay Lethal's done so much. This guy's amazing, man. One of the greatest talents there was. I'll be honest with you, I don't know who he debuted against. I kind of forgot at this point. Oh, no. Wasn't it?
It was either Sammy or Bobby.
It was Sammy.
Yeah, it was Sammy.
Yeah, it was Sammy. Put on a great match with Sammy, a great counter for Sammy to get the win. Great match for Ricky Starks last week, by the way. If I was being honest, I think I'll go great debut, to be honest, though. But I love Jay Lethal. I want to see more from him.
I'll let you, Zach.
I'll stick with that right there, too. It was a great debut. I'm just worried about how they see Jay Lethal going forward. I think he might be the next Christian, and both of them just called AEW home for the rest of their career. So we'll
Lethal's
see.
a loyal
I
dude,
want
man.
more from Jay Lethal. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he goes in great debut. The debut on paper for me was by the books because it was just a match. There was nothing. It was a title match, and but the fact that it was such a great match brings up the great debut for me. But besides that, it was just he just dropped into a match, and then after that, he kind of just faded away.
Okay. Until that Ricky Starks match.
That's true. That's true.
Ricky Starks, another one had a great debut, by the way. Won him a job.
Oh yeah, I can't remember that one. How'd it go?
It was with Cody. He came out, give a great match, and they hired him on the spot. So that what's it called, the TNT Open Challenge. So did that guy Eddie Kingston, man.
Oh my God, they
Yonkers,
chose the
New York.
wrong man. Warhorse was right there.
Eddie Kingston's been gold for them.
Oh my God. This man Warhorse came and doing so much for them. But you know what? That's fine. If they want to go bankrupt, that's fine.
Oh,
Next
man.
up, FTR. Fuck the Revival. Forever the Revival. Whatever you want to call them. Do you guys remember how they debuted?
Yeah, yes and no. I remember because it was during that weird time because they had to be in Daly's place with no fans, and I think they were come out in their truck a few times. Had a similar theme song to their WWE one. I was just happy they were there. I think it was borderline by the books, maybe great. I'll go by the books, but I mean obviously they have the greatest theme song in wrestling going right now. They're AEW tag champs, AAA tag champs. They've been killing it. Great match after great match. So the debut wasn't that great, no fans, but they're amazing right now.
I'm gonna jump in front of you, Zach, because I'm gonna say it was a great debut because so the way I think I remember it was the Young Bucks, I think, were getting jumped by Butcher and Blade and a second tag team, I can't remember. And FTR came out, saved them. And they teased it. They teased the match because everybody knew that was the match we all wanted.
Yeah.
But they did the whole tag team / we respect you, we want to fight you.
Yeah.
So to me, their debut storyline was pretty nice that they were teasing.
It was a nice twist and a slow build. It was the Butcher and Blade and Lucha Bros. That's when they're part of Eddie Kingston's family.
That's right. Flipping Eddie Kingston.
Oh man.
Wow.
It's all about the family, man.
Yeah, this man's got so many damn families. Thank God. Well, that leaves it one between by the books, one for great debut. It's up to you, Zach. Where are they going?
I'm gonna put by the books. I really like FTR. I really do. I think they're great to watch. I think they're a great tag team. Another kind of their new theme song is also it's a remix, but whatever, it's still good. Their theme song that they debuted to was basically their old WWE theme song, and I was happy to see them in AEW. But when you come to AEW after the Twitter feud that you had with FTR as the hashtag fuck the Revival, and then you come to that competitor's organization, sign a contract under them, and use their hashtag they used against you as your theme name, you do not come off as top guys. You look more like bottom guys. So as much as I like FTR, I'll put them in by the books.
I just saw it as they already established a great brand, and I don't know. I thought it was a bit of work by the
Young Bucks and Cody kind of did it, but
yeah,
fair enough. I just want to make it clear, if the FTR does ever see this, I was the one who said great debut.
Listen, I love the guys. I told you they're the best team song going. One of the best tag teams, but the debut,
fair enough.
It wasn't their fault. We're the pandemic.
Fair enough. Are they still AAA champions?
They are.
Mm-hmm.
Good for them. All right, next up. Before we get to him, of course, we all really appreciate Brody Lee. We love him. Amazing guy, amazing father, amazing wrestler. That is to say, if you're allowed to say that this was not the greatest debut of them all. Just getting that out of the way. So we're gonna talk about Brody Lee. I believe his debut was the same night as Matt Hardy. I want to say.
I want to say maybe a week apart, maybe. I don't remember being the same. Was it the same night actually?
Because I think there was
it was the same night. Because I think Matt Hardy debuted the first hour, and he was the main event debut.
No, I think it was the other way around because I think the
other
show
way
ended with Matt's drone coming down and then him just laughing off the inner circle. Because I can't remember who what he did.
I remember his first feud was going after Christopher Downs, I believe. Because I think Christopher Downs didn't believe in the Exalted one.
That's right. It's right. Yeah, as you're right. SCU called them out because they're like, I bet there is no Exalted one. You're right. And he came out and I think just beat the hell out of everyone. I'm gonna say this was. See, I the reason I said the thing about like we're allowed to say it's not the grandest debut is because I think I missed the guy, so I'm giving him a lot of bonus points. I'm gonna say it's an elite level debut. So I was really happy to see him somewhere where he could wrestle, like be happy.
Yeah, I think you can take it outside of wrestling and make it like bigger than that. Because like he had left the place where I literally told him we're not going to use you. We're just gonna let you just sit there, which is crazy to me. Especially how talented he was. This dude was giving like I didn't know he'd give pros like that. Like the pros this man was giving was just unreal. He led a faction. He came in as a top guy for that faction. He completely turned them around. I think the Dark Order was going nowhere. And they became like internet sensations with the BTE, mostly because of what he was doing with little papers, and the little stuff, the dynamic he brought. And it wasn't perfect at first. Like it was rocky at first, but then they had to trust in him to like turn it around and get it together and like find himself in the character in a new position. So that was cool too. The thing that like bugs me about his debut was because like it's supposed to be in his hometown, man. That's when the pandemic hit. So then he couldn't get that. So that really sucks. And then he debuted with no crowd. So he went straight for the main event with Moxley at Double or Nothing. I'm gonna go just like with all the obstacles. I'll go with Elite because it's just so many obstacles, and what he did for the Dark Order, I'll give him bonus points for that. Just in his short time in the company, man, he excelled tremendously.
Dig that. How about you, Zach?
I'll put it where you guys have it. The stuff afterwards with like the Vince McMahon kind of promos after at the table, those didn't hit at all. But the fact that he was there as he was the guy in WWE who was taking the picture of the airplanes not going anywhere in Saudi and posting about it, and just being extra vocal while still in that company, seeing him debut, and you could tell he was happy. So that was very special. And the fact that like finally the Dark Order has someone that you can get behind, because the Dark Order was not it beforehand.
Right. Yeah. I'll like you said, Mark, I'll give him props because I think this was around the time when I stopped liking BTE or stopped watching it. And like going back and watching his stuff on BTE is hilarious. And I wish I saw it when it was happening. To take a character that wasn't meant for him, like you said, is impressive, and he ran with it. So elite level debut. Next up, let's go ahead and talk about someone who is awesome. Awesome Kong debuting at Double or Nothing, coming up with Brandy or to take Brandy's place in the match. Where is she going?
I'm gonna go elite level debut. It's not the grandest debut of them all because her grandest debut of them all was in TNA Impact Wrestling. But I mean, on a night where we had Moxley, Dustin Rhodes and Cody, Kenny Omega, Jericho, all these like insane matches, insane people debuting. Bret Hart even came out. She had the biggest pop. If in my opinion, from where I was sitting, from my eardrums, she had the biggest pop that night, man. It was insane. I lost my shit because I wasn't expecting it. I really wasn't. Maybe it was on the internet, maybe there are rumors, but I didn't see none of that, and I was genuinely shocked. So I'm going to go elite level debut.
How about you, Zach?
Yeah, I agree. And Naki hit it right in the head there. She was not expected. Everyone expected. Ex-WWE people who were recently released. Awesome Kong coming out. That pop was tremendous, and she earned every bit of it.
Yeah.
Agree. Awesome Kong, elite level debut. Next up, let's go ahead and send for Hook. Everyone's a hooker nowadays.
Yeah.
When we talk about his debut, we're talking about the match. We're not gonna. I mean, Actually, I'll ask you guys. What do you consider his debut? Him coming out on TV or the wrestling?
For sure, the match. I mean, they were kind of just prepping him for like being in the spotlight, being on TV. The match was his debut. That's when he was officially a wrestler. And I think he officially got signed when he had the match too.
Okay, so he was just hanging around and just bringing your son.
Yeah, I don't think he was officially signed yet.
Okay. Well, in that case, where are you gonna put Hook? Where do you think he should go?
The grandest debut of all. This man is on fire. I'm talking about like Jeff Hardy level of popularity. Like it is insane right now. This Tom Holland man, just jacked up. I mean, this dude was in the strip club with Antonio Brown, just living his life. I mean, greatest debut of all, man. This dude is living right now. I mean, and then the match against what was it? What's his name?
Serpentico?
No. Fuego del Sol. Just running through that man, and Fuego did a great job selling for him. He looked like $1 million. His dad on commentary, man. This was amazing.
How about you, Zach?
Only the best for Hook. Put him at the top. It got the internet buzzing. It got us buzzing. Yeah. It got everyone buying his T-shirts. Everything you want debut happened with Hook, and the stuff with Team Taz beforehand was nothing. That was the test drive. The match was it, and we got Hook. They sent Hook.
Very nice.
I'm just worried that they might try to get their hands on it too much and try to force certain things. Like just let things be natural. It was all natural happening. Just let it play out.
Let's see. What I'm worried about is the brighter something burns in wrestling, the harder it drops in the fan. Like the fans just kind of drop some things pretty quick. I'm not looking forward to when fans are like, man, this Hook guy is overrated or I'm tired of Hook. Like it happens with everyone eventually nowadays.
Yeah, we'll see though. I think he's talented. I mean, and it's crazy because I mean his debut, he topped CM Punk at T-shirt sales. I mean, that's insane.
That's true. All right, I think we all agree. The grandest debut of them all. We'll see if he stays there in the end. Next up, Zach, it's your time to shine. Tell us what you think about Matt Hardy. He came in as broken Matt Hardy.
Delete.
I'm so torn on this because I actually really liked his debut. I thought it was great, and I thought we were gonna get some great stuff from him. I hate the excuses made for why Broken Matt didn't work in AEW because they're bullshit. God, he's. I hate him in AEW. I really do hate him in AEW, but I liked his debut. I'll put great debuts fine. I really did like his debut.
Okay. How about you, Doc?
I'm gonna go elite level debut. I mean, again, like they try to get creative with it. I mean, there was no crowd. They did, some cool or not cool, but try to do some camera shots. They play up to the mystique of broken Matt Hardy. Right now I just feel like they don't know what to do yet with him. I mean, obviously the AHFO now with the Andrade stuff, it's not making much sense. But with his debut, like he was doing some stuff like the BT stuff, and then the what's it called? Stadium Stampede. He was a great part of that. He had those bad injuries with Sammy Guevara, but even some of those, there were some bright spots in those matches. I mean, the debut itself I really enjoyed, and it was creative, just no crowd. I don't know about the broken Matt Hardy stuff though, because I feel like you need a crowd for that. I mean, they could have been a little more creative, but it would have been tough to try to book him without no crowd. So I'm gonna go elite level.
You have more freedom without a crowd, so
that is true. And we did see them do that with the Fiend and stuff over on WWE.
I'm torn because I kind of did mark out a little bit when Vanguard 1 came down.
Yeah.
And the camera pans up to Matt just up there. Oh man. And they did include it. Like that was the main storyline at the time, and they include him in it. I think I'm gonna say elite level debut. Just for that night alone. And then I guess the storyline adds some bonus points to it.
Yeah. Man, just Matt Hardy, bringing his TNA Impact Wrestling character through all the companies, Ring of Honor, WWE.
Polished it in WWE.
Oh, man.
Next up, let's go fishing. Where's Bobby Fish going? Knock starts off.
Oh, gosh. Do you remember his debut match? It was a debut match, right? He was like a special, debut.
It was a match against.
Was it Sammy?
Yes.
I think it was an open.
Yeah, that was when Sammy was just wrestling, like open challenges.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was a really good match. I remember liking Bobby Fish in his debut. I was liking his theme song. Great showing. It's borderline the books though, because I mean, I was telling you, I almost forgot about him and O'Reilly. I'm not gonna lie, but the debut, I don't want to say great debut, but I'm gonna go by the books. And I love Bobby Fish, but I don't think. Damn, but I put Lethal in great debut because of the match.
I definitely think Lito's was better. So either,
yeah,
I would say either the low end of great debut. You're right, it's borderline. I guess it just depends how good was the match.
It really is. I'm gonna see if one of you guys can sway me, but I'm kind of torn right now.
What do you think, Zach?
I'm gonna say it's by the books. It was the excitement was based on how you were excited for Bobby Fish. I don't think they did anything extra to add to the excitement of Bobby Fish coming to AEW. So I'll say by the books.
I'll agree with that because they did this for a couple of people. They just have what do you call it? A graphic of this person's gonna wrestle their debut match next week, and that's it.
Yeah.
There's no hype to it. It's just a matter of, do you like this person and are you excited to see them? So I'll agree with that. I think because of the match, I'm going to put them at the high end though.
Okay.
All right. Next up, where's Cool Kyle at? I know I've got him on here somewhere. I don't.
Cool Kyle. Wow. You forgot about the guy?
I guess I did. All right. Let's just pretend Kyle's here. Do you think his debut, where would you put him? Is it better than Bobby's? The surprise appearance in the Orange Cassidy Adam Cole match?
Oh, yeah. I think it was better than Bob. Well, it's borderline the books again, too, because I mean, that's kind of a typical, run-in debut, attack somebody. So I don't know if I'll call it great debut, but I love Kyle O'Reilly. I'm going to go by the books, though, because it kind of was. What I will say, though, is it's cool that they were kind of keeping the storyline together of him and Adam Cole not being on the same page, but that didn't really resonate in his debut. So for the debut specifically, I think it was by the books.
How about you, Zach?
I agree. Once Bobby Fish showed up, you knew Kyle was showing up based on things online and everything else. So
yeah.
And with that, with that in the internet community here of wrestling nowadays, you can't really hide it. So no fault on them, but yeah, by the books.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you guys, for bonus points, you guys think it was better than Bobby's, or is Bobby's the better one?
I think it got more traction, if I'm not wrong. I think with Bobby's, like, you kind of knew Kyle O'Reilly was coming, in a sense, just waiting for him to finish his NXT stuff. So you kind of got the feeling, Undisputed Era is coming, man. It's going to be sick. Then when Kyle O'Reilly got there, it's like, okay, this is getting closer. So I don't know which one's better, though.
Fair enough. Next up, unscripted violence, Jon Moxley. I'm going to start off and say I think this was the grandest debut of them all. That gets my vote. Coming out, everyone was losing it.
Yeah.
Hitting it's got a paradigm shift on Kenny Omega, climbing the chips. I loved it. It was a great way to end the show. I think that's my vote right there.
Yeah, that was really cool, man. Crowd was going nuts. You thought the show was over. It was the icing on the cake for a great debut show. We took his shot at the best the company and had to offer, and Kenny Omega took his shot at Jericho. It was a lot of planting seeds for future storylines. So it was really cool to see all that, man.
Exactly. How about you, Zach?
I agree. Knew a couple days in advance that he was going to be there, and it didn't fuck with the excitement one bit. Him coming out, how he came out with his excitement, that's one of the most memorable things in AEW. Dustin and Hook, you got some competition up there.
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
It's a damn tough one. Next up, let's go ahead to someone who might just join them. Chick Magnet, Chicago made, Cookie Monster Punk. Where's he going?
Greatest debut of all. Let's be real here, man. Coming back from 8 years off in Chicago, all Darby had to say was best in the world, and that sold out the building. That's talk about buzz and talk about being popular, man. That's a moment. That's one of the greatest moments in history. So for sure, top of the class right there.
You agree, Zach?
Oh, I agree. You can't. I don't even know what to add to that. That's it was just a moment. Punk is who he is, like him or hate him, even after this moment. But that was a moment that got everyone buzzing, got everyone clicking, rewatching everything. You can't fuck with that moment.
Yeah, highest views Rampage has ever seen.
Oh man, WWE was wishing he was in the Rumble. They wish that he debuted for them.
Oh man.
All right, next debut we've got it's Sting. Where's Sting going?
That moment right there almost ruined this whole thing for me. Just so you know, Tony Schiavone said it once in a Nitro, and it was just one time that Tony Khan might have been watching Nitro that he just like recorded it on a VHS and kept rewatching it. But one time he said it like that.
Oh man,
it was a great debut though.
Once.
I'll give it an elite debut. The presentation, everything involved with it. I hadn't marked out that hard for Sting in a long time, and I needed some kind of redemption for that piece of shit match at WrestleMania with Triple H.
Yeah. How about you, Mark?
First of all, one of TNA's legend, God. TNA Hall of Famer. I mean, if we're being real here, WCW Sting, TNA Sting. I don't know. But I mean, I went nuts for this dude, man. I mean, we're talking about the pandemic era. Barely any fans in there. And the production's on fire. The snow, the theme song, winter is coming. This debut was amazing. I needed JR and Tony Schiavone to stop talking over the debut and let it play out. Let me feel the emotions. Yeah. But besides that, I mean, it was Sting, man. It was cool. They kept playing it out a bit for a few weeks, but they got together. He's been on fire ever since. Great matches. Still going at 60-something years old, man. Taking bumps. Sting is the icon, man. The greatest debut of all time. Put him on top.
Oh, greatest debut of all time, huh?
Yeah, put him up there, jeepers.
Man. Okay.
I mean, in the pandemic era, he had one of the best debuts and best pops. I mean, you gotta get some points for that.
That commentary really did kind of fuck with that debut, though.
It was messing with me. They do it for Malachi Black too, man. Stop. It's like when a DJ talks over the radio. Stop talking over the track, man. Let it play.
You know what? I'm willing to play grandest debut of them all because I don't think I'm not gonna vote for it to stay there. But I love the snow. I love the production behind it. Like I was marking out more for the production than for Sting.
It was amazing.
But I mean, Sting was really cool. You know, so I'm willing to put him there. I don't think I'll vote for him, but we'll see.
Man, have you seen some of his TNA matches?
Sorry, you that backyard wrestling? What?
No, I'm talking about TNA Impact Wrestling, one of the best. I'll put buddy. Anyone in the comments, let me know. TNA's Sting's theme song was better than his WCW one.
Zach, did you know that NXT has more 5-star matches than TNA?
Do you know how biased the wrestling media is? AJ Styles is wrestling in TNA for 10 years. You tell me he only got one 5-star match? That's it?
You're telling me
that sounds right to you?
Yeah, Dixie Carter couldn't reach into her pockets and give what's his name, Meltzer, a little money to grease the wheel.
They would never stoop that low. You're talking about AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, Gail Kim, Awesome Kong, Amazing Red, Jay Lethal. None of these guys got 5 stars. We're gonna talk about a roster that stacked, and they didn't get no 5 stars.
You know what? It's close to my bedtime. Let's just keep going. Adam Cole, baby, where's he going? Same
Put
night.
him to the boom.
Oh, all the way to the top.
Oh my gosh, this might have been their greatest pay-per-view of all time so far, and maybe the best ending. What a fucking debut! I mean, him and Danielson are probably back to back, kind of put him in the same boat, but like we were going crazy. I think were we streaming this one actually?
Beware, yeah.
I think it was a long ass stream, and we were just going nuts, man. I know I was. So
yeah,
grandest debut of them all.
There's only one thing that would make that the grandest debut of them all for me. There was no boom.
What's that?
Yeah.
The man had whoever mixed that one job. What do you think, Zach?
Just put Bryan Danielson up there too. Killed two birds with one stone. It was a back-to-back pay-per-view event night, and I feel bad for all the AEW originals who are out of work now because of the 3 that debuted that week. But man, what a week for pops! I love the Adam Cole bit. The Bryan Danielson one, it's like you almost felt it was coming, but just the timing and the music. You never heard the music before, but you knew who the fuck it was. I love Adam Cole's, and Bryan Danielson's debut too was just icing on the cake. You didn't need a huge 2 weeks apart debut for this. Might as well just stack the card. I loved it.
Yeah, they've been talking about Bryan Danielson leave WWE for a while, man. Like I feel like for a while he's been seeing that buzz on the indies and like wanted to get back to it. So it's really cool to see that, man. And all he did was show up with a plain white tee, and he's been selling out ever since.
Damn straight. I mean, usually I feel like WWE get on that pro wrestling tees. I feel like WWE had like 2 debuts in the same night. One of them would drown the other one out, but these 2 worked really well. So that's a credit to AEW right there, I guess.
Yeah.
Next up, Mercedes Martinez. I don't know what she's been up to lately, but I think her debut was she interfered in one of the TBS tournament matches.
Yeah, she cost Thunder Rosa her match against Jade Cargill.
That's right.
And it looked like Jade had hired her, but it turned out Britt Baker hired her. She had her match with Thunder Rosa on Rampage, and she was also on AEW Dark this Tuesday, man. Check it out.
It's too bad for her.
Today, actually. Or whatever you watch.
Yeah, they kind of Tuesday. Yeah, they kind of retconned her this Thursday. Mark Sterling was the one who handed her the check, but they switched it up for Britt because obviously with the lack of depth in the women's division, it is going to be Thunder Rosa that cost Britt the title. So, but Mercedes Martinez, what a great addition to the roster. Love her.
Very nice.
But yeah, by the books for the debut. It wasn't anything like too crazy, and I'm pretty sure she was in AEW before she went to NXT, right?
Yep, she was.
She was in the Casino Battle Royal.
Yeah, so she kind of had another debut before, but yeah, by the books.
That's true.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Next up, let's go to Andrade El Idolo. Where do you guys think Andrade goes? He was introduced by Vicky Guerrero.
I'm disappointed in the way he debuted because I'm pretty sure I was actually pissed off because like I feel like when Vicky came out, it was like super random, and then it kind of like cut away real quick. There was something very off with production when he debuted, so I wasn't really digging it. But as far as production with him, how he presents himself with the mask on the private jet, doing all this type of stuff, amazing. But I'll be generous to put it by the books because I think production, as far as what AEW was doing, is very off for his debut. And they haven't really got him right since. He's kind of been, just let the dude wrestle. Like, I don't get all these backstage promos where he has to be chased to around saying, who do you work for? Just let Bad wrestle.
Right. How about you, Zach?
Same, by the books. I know none of us really dug the debut when it happened. We're still trying to all figure out why they cannot figure out Andrade. Triple H had him figured out since day one. So, like Knox said, just let the man wrestle. Don't give him a bunch of random managers who don't speak for him, who are there to speak for him. Doesn't make sense. Whatever. Let the man wrestle.
I do like Jose Diaz. I will say that.
Things.
Yeah.
He is very okay. So he did a backstage thing where Isaiah Cassidy was supposed to, they're talking in the back and he was waiting for a fist bump from Andrade. Andrade just kind of ignored him. He came up in the back, didn't even know he was there, gave him the fist bump. He's smooth. He knows what he's doing in the back.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's funny.
Man. I will say the best thing about that debut was I got to see Chavo Guerrero on TV again. That was cool.
I don't think it was for his debut, though. I think that was a little after.
AEW?
Oh, that's right. That was his debut. And you know
he's
what?
Had more managers than he's had matches.
You know what, Zach? It's not about the quality, it's the quantity. Or it's the other way around. Fuck it. Anyway.
Oh, man.
Point is, I got to see him on TV. But I agree. I think by the books is fine for the exact same reason as Miro. I think it was a bad-ish debut, but it was him, so he did get views.
Yeah, but I will say I was very excited for this debut. Like as far as like the actual debut, but like as far as me being excited, I was through the roof.
Right. Yeah. All right. Next up, let's go with Christian Cage. Where does Christian go? I forgot. Oh, the Big Show introduced him. That's right. That was the debut.
Yeah, I think he got introduced at what's their pay-per-view? Revolution. I was thinking Final Resolution from TNA, but Revolution he debuted. I don't think he actually had a match. No, did he have a match?
I don't.
Did you just announce him? That was it? Like,
I think they just announced him because his first match was Frankie Kazarian on Dynamite.
Yeah. Great match.
They announced him because Tony Khan said he was the biggest signing AEW
Hall of Fame worthy. They were saying, which is very true, by the way.
Yeah, it is. WWE are sleeping on that.
We're a little light in great debut. I'll put another TNA original right there in great debut. NWA champion in TNA wrestling. Great matches like AJ Styles, Kurt Angle, Jeff Jarrett. But AEW, of course, yeah. Debut was cool. Great debut.
I'm gonna let you be the tiebreaker here, Zach, because I'm gonna say it was by the Bucks. I don't remember our reaction when we saw it happen, but for him to just come out on the pay-per-view. I don't like when people just come out on pay-per-views and don't do anything. Like,
that's true. That is true. But I was through the roof to see him here, man. It was shocking. I give him points for it being shocking. Like, he was just at the Rumble. I mean, he just returned. Then he just returned at the Rumble. Edge is there. You think he might be with him. Then he says, you know what? I'm going to take this in my own hands. I'm not going to let WWE just push me to the side and call me whenever they want me to do something with Edge. He ran with the ball and went to AEW.
I give him points for taking a shot at himself. I'm glad that he knew his work.
Hey,
I think I'm gonna stick it by the books just because of the pay-per-view thing. How about you, Zach? How's that?
I'm gonna agree for the same reasons, and like once that countdown hit, and please get rid of the countdown for him and Lance Archer. We know who's coming out. We don't need this big, long 10-second countdown. But honestly, once that countdown hit, you could hear in the background with the music that was going to be Christian Cage's old music. So it was like half pop, half like that's all you're giving him. So I by the Bucks. I love him in AEW, but that was by the Bucks.
Yeah, I mean, that theme song hits every time. He won a TNA World Champ. All right, I'll ask you this before we go. Do you think he's had his best match in AEW with Omega, or do you think he'll have a better match than
that? That's a tough question. Because WWE doesn't give him opportunities for big matches.
I think you'll have
like going forward, like with this AEW run, like is his best match the Omega match? Or you think he'll have another better?
Oh, okay.
Like as far as AEW.
Yeah, I think that was his best match. I think that's going to be his best match. Because I mean, I don't think AEW is going to push him as hard as they pushed him.
I don't think so either, but I kind of want to see a little more from him. I know he can still go.
True. I mean, it's possible. Anything can happen.
Yeah.
All right. By the Bucks. I forgot there's something else I was going to say about them, but I guess it wasn't important.
I'm throwing you off.
Nah, you're good. Last not least, Malachi Black. Let's see if he can make into great debut. Zach, where would you put Malachi in this tier list?
I would say elite level debut. I was very happy with it. The very first time he came out, the skip of when the lights are supposed to be off was very off. So as cool as it was, you could tell it was first time production run. I was very excited for it. I also knew that he was coming out either that week or the following week. So I was surprised. Again, the internet ruins it. I can't really blame the debut, but I'm going to say elite. It was great. You got Malachi producing Malachi bits, and it was really good.
Nice. How about you, Mark?
I meant to say this for the Andrade one too, and I'll say it for Malachi. When he has someone debut in bed, I know everything's new and you gotta get everything right, but like, damn man, when they butchered this man's name, they were calling him a whole bunch of different random stuff. Alistair, Tommy, Malachi, I think they threw something else in there. They called Andrade Andre and something else. I know it's an honest mistake, but it throws me off. But like Zach said, the production was slightly off. It's the first time thing. This dude's been on fire ever since. But I'm gonna go elite level debut because I was super excited to see him there, and he's just such a great wrestler. So, I mean, and he can be like, I know we're not always looking for like the next Undertaker, but I like having a character with that type of like that aura or that mystique, and he's done a great job of keeping that. And well, sometimes production as well, but for the most part, especially in his debut, like I felt like, oh, he's a little larger than life. He's different, so I like seeing that.
I dig that. All right, that is everyone on the list. All right, I guess that means AEW has had no flops yet in terms of debuts, or at least on this list.
I mean, honestly, no. I mean, I'm sure they have, but no one on this list for sure.
I just realized who I forgot. I know I googled him, but I forgot to download it. Danhausen.
Oh yeah.
Oh
man, he's gonna get you, Eric.
Gonna curse you.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that was an elite level debut because it's already hit. I hit like 1 million views on YouTube after like 2 days.
Pay the man his buddy.
Did you see his tweet where he said that?
Yeah,
that was a good one. I think that was an elite level debut, as weird as it was.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I'm pretty sure I did not see that coming. I'm pretty sure I was surprised.
Yeah.
So I'm cool with the double debut because he's still injured, right? So it's kind of a good way to get him into the crowd and tease that a bit. He's been teasing it for a bit.
Right. He's recovering.
I've already dropped the ball on him.
Oh, you think so? Oh, because of the Orange Cassidy stuff.
Yeah. Don't pair two gimmicks like that together, and please put him on TV if you're going to have him on TV.
Yeah, he's recovering faster than I thought he would because I'm pretty sure he broke his leg, but he's already.
That's what I thought, right? That's what I thought he was still.
Yeah, but good on him. All right, that's the list right there. Kyle O'Reilly is invisible in By the Books, and Danhausen's invisible by elite level debut. We're gonna go ahead and take this time to decide who is truly the grandest debut of them all. Gonna go down the list. Everybody gets one vote, and we will somehow agree on someone staying in there. Let's start off with Dustin Rhodes. Does anyone believe that Dustin had the grandest debut of them all at Double or Nothing?
As far as anyone's debut match, yeah, but as far as everything, the full package, nah.
Okay. That's a damn good. I mean, for all these debuts, that is a pretty high prestige. Have the best debut match.
I think so. I mean, I think it's hard to beat there.
Right.
Actually, Danson was his debut match against Omega.
That's true. Yeah.
I think that one,
was good.
Like top that one, you can't compete with that.
All right. No votes for Dustin. Next up, Hook. Has Hook had the grandest debut of them all?
No, but Hook is the guy, man. Set him to the elite level.
Damn straight he is.
Yeah. No vote, but I'll send him a Valentine.
You and every other man and woman on this planet.
Oh man.
Next up, I think he's going to get my vote. Jon Moxley.
He's getting your vote.
This man shed off Dean Ambrose in one entrance, and he let you know that he was going to be a main eventer. Like this was, to me, he was the face of AEW for a good minute when this happened, and it sucks that he got like postponed. I can't remember what happened, if it was injury or something, but
yeah, it was like he had some like staph infection in his elbow or something.
Right.
He got pushed back from I think All Out.
But to me, that night told me what AEW was going to be about for a while. So I think he gets my vote.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it goes not talked about enough. Like he really shed Dean Ambrose. Like I did not like Dean Ambrose. I did not root for him. Hey, he's like two different people at some point. Like Jon Moxley is that dude.
Right. I rooted for Ambrose because I knew that Moxley, like I knew he was like that Moxley was better. I knew like he deserved more.
Mm-hmm.
But just WWE does not know how to write. Period. So. All right, that's one vote for Moxley. Next up, CM Punk.
2 votes for Moxley.
Oh, 2 votes for Moxley?
2 votes.
You nailed on the head. When he came out, that was it, man. He got rid of the shitty character Dean Ambrose, which sucked. And he had I'm sorry, this is on Moxley too. The promos in WWE sucked, and I know the scripted stuff in there. I hated the Shield. This was something new. It was fresh. It was him. It was Jon Moxley, and it gave me like a huge boost of fucking excitement for AEW. And it was fresh. It wasn't. We knew someone was going to come kind of like the rest of the people in the rest of the category here.
Yeah, like, and you couldn't say like he was some washed up WWE dude or like whatever. Like he was a legit signing, man. Like this was a huge for them, coming off the Shield. But like, I mean, coming off of 8 years retirement, getting the biggest views in Rampage history, I gotta go see a Punk with the debut.
Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's any way that I can logic you away from CM Punk, but
like,
I think
there's a whole lot of bias going on over here, but I think the comments could lead my way. I will say being there with Eric from Moxley, like that does give it a boost.
Yeah, it does. I'll give Punk props because I do think, how long was he out for? 8 years?
I think so, right? Something like 8 years.
If people just shut the fuck up for 8 years about is he coming back? Is he gonna come back? If they just just enjoy what was happening, I think I would have liked it a little bit more. But I was tired about hearing, is he coming back? Is he coming back?
Yeah.
But even
you did say that too.
Even with all that, I was still pretty like, I'm glad he's back. I was hyped for it, and you could see the excitement on his face. You could see how much he loved it.
Yeah, jumped into the crowd.
Yeah. But all right. With that, I think everyone else can just move on down. CM Punk goes second place.
Disrespect. For anyone in the comments, just know I voted CM.
If CM Punk sees this one day, just know you guys support her and knock. Even though he was barely in TNA, he didn't even vote for any of these TNA guys.
Actually, I think everyone out here was in TNA at one point, for being honest.
Oh man, life is rough.
Show wasn't.
That's true.
Well, that's his fault.
Was Miro? Miro was never.
Miro wasn't there either. That's fine. You're right.
Yeah. Was Malachi?
Andrade was.
Okay, Malachi wasn't there either. But okay, man. The majority of this list was in TNA at some point.
How was Hook's TNA run?
In the comments, just let us know.
I think he was there with Taz one time.
Yeah, like in the crowd, eating hot dogs. Actually, no, that boy doesn't eat hot dogs. I don't know what he eats, but fuck. That is it. That's the grandest debut of them all. It goes to Jon Moxley. Let us know in the comments why we're wrong, why you're right, who you think it is, why you think Paul White had the greatest debut.
Man. Samurai Del Sol.
Oh my God, this man. Any last words before we head out?
Keep an eye out for more of our videos coming. West Coast Pop making our push for 1K subs, man. Get us there. And thanks for all the support this far.
Too true. How about you, Zach?
Leave comments. We do respond to all the comments. Let us know who you would like to see debut in AEW in the future and what you thought of the newest debut that's happening this week on Dynamite.
That's true. Hopefully this video comes out the day of. So after you watch that, come back here and let us know where you think that debut ranks on this list. From West Coast POPcast, we say have a good night. Goodbye. Bang. That's backwards, whatever.